From the previous video, we end up with this question, and we solve for the inverse of this f function has 2 root x over x. And the reason why I give the x is greater than 0, not greater equal than 0, because your denominator has x. So we have to make sure x cannot be equal to 0. The numerator has the square root x function. So the square root x function is start from 0, 0 here, go to forever. But because we cannot keep the x equal 0, so now we have to change this 0 into the open circle 0. That means cannot include a 0. And that's the reason why I give the x is greater than 0. As here, refresh real quick. When you have the function is the square root x, it will start from 0, 0 and go to forever. So the domain of this one would be bracket 0, go to infinity. We look at the other one on your word sign. The function has f of x equal 1 over x minus 1. Now we need to find the inverse and graph of both of the function. So we sketch the graph of this f of x first. So here, this is a rational function, and you shift to the right 1 unit. So the basic function of your 1 over x, this is a basic function. You will have the two pieces of the curve. They are respect to the origin. So this is a 1 over x. When this function shift to the right 1 unit, let me use another color. It turns to a 1. So this would be the asymptote line. Now the two pieces of curve, they are respect to each other based on this asymptote line, which means based on x equal 1. So you'll have the two pieces of curve right here. So this is 1 over x minus 1, which is the function itself. Now finding the inverse of this one, so we do the work here. Rewrite the f of x into the y equal 1 over x minus 1. Interchange x and y. Now we solve for y. So I multiply y minus 1 on both sides. Now we distribute it. You get a y times x minus x is equal 1, because these two cancel out. Now bring the x to the right hand side. You have a yx equal x. So y is equal x plus 1, my bad. So y is equal x plus 1 over x. So x over x is 1. 1 over x is 1 over x. Let me flip this 2, so it turns to 1 over x plus 1. And y, I'm going to rewrite into the inverse of the x. So that means the inverse function of f function has a rational function, but the function is shift up 1 unit on y-axis. So let me use another color. So the rational function, the inverse function of this one would be, okay, they will shift 1 unit up based on the y equal 1. And now, the two pieces of curve, they are respect to each other based on 0, 1. Okay. So the red color one is 1 over x plus 1, which is the inverse of the function. If you have graphing calculator, you can type in both of the function and see the sketching of the graph. Or if you don't have it, you can do it by hand. So just recognize which function go with which. So if I look at the option here, I will say, okay, the vertical line here, the function itself is shift 1 unit to the right? So it has a vertical asymptote at x equal 1. Okay, this one has a vertical asymptote at 1 as well. The other one, the inverse function, has the horizontal asymptote at y equal 1. So when I look at the graph of this one, it has the horizontal asymptote at 1 as well. Okay, so I will say D is correct. So that means this one and this one. These two pieces of curve, they are 1 over x minus 1. Horizontal asymptote at y equal 1. So that means this one and this one, they are the inverse of the f of x. So it's 1 over x plus 1. This one is not possible because this graph doesn't have the horizontal asymptote at y equal 1, which means this point. So this is correct. Now try the assignment on website. You will see a lot of questions, similar question I did here. So practice it and let me know if you have any question.